So with that, I introduce Angel, and he is going to take this away as far as the agenda. You're welcome.
Good morning, good morning. First of all, thank you for being here. Short, to the point, and simple. I joined the United States Air Force in '96, and after 20 years, 6 months, and 23 days, the time was to leave, because whether it's 20 years, at 24, at 30, you gotta get out. My marketing career started in 2003, and I've done anything. I did 9.5 years in Las Vegas, crazy lawyers, optometrists, real estate agents, you name it, I've seen it all. But my life changed in the marketing world when I moved to England from in 2012 to 2017. Because the marketing across the pond, especially if you do anything international, is slightly different. You have to deal with different personality and different laws. Talking about laws, this morning we have an attorney. She's going to share some of the do's and don'ts and some of her experiences. And I know nobody wants to hear legality, but you want to know them before you get hit. And lately I've seen a spike of people getting hit with legal from the FTC, specifically with testimonials and false advertisement, or sending emails, for example, to Canada with the can-spam law, and which only applies here, but over there in Canada they have something similar. So when I decided, I've been doing marketing since 2003, I started doing video in 2008, and my premise was, hey, if I'm going to create something in video or for social media, I might as well do it on video. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 pictures. That's the long story short. With that said, what is marketing supposed to do for you? If you've never been into any of my talks, I'm interactive. I ask a lot of questions. This is not scripted. What marketing is supposed to do for you?
Increase your business.
Increase your business. Anybody else?
Create a brand.
Create a brand.
Increase brand recognition.
Okay, so let's answer a question. What's in it for you? What's in it for me? What is that you want marketing to do for you?
Increase revenue.
Increase revenue. If you can't answer that question very clear, you will be doing a lot of uncoordinated marketing effort, and your marketing will be an expense instead of a profit-generating activity. So, when I consult people, 9 times out of 10, they say, I want to increase sales. But what takes for you to increase sales? So for example, let me give you a simple example. Let's say that you're selling on your website. So if you answer that marketing is supposed to increase sales, you're still missing part of the picture, because what you need is traffic to that product on your website. So if marketing is supposed to increase sales, everything that you post online, an example, should drive traffic to that specific page. So when you answer that question, it's not increasing sales, it's that everything that I post or my marketing is supposed to drive traffic to that page. If you answer any other way, you have a disconnect. You have lack of clarity and you have lack of direction. And that's the biggest disconnect that most people have. There are 4 areas that I focus on, and most people do them backwards, and I think, in my opinion, I feel that's why most people fail with marketing. Most people want to know what time I need to post and where I need to post. That's a typical question, but that should be your last question. That should be your last question. The first question you want to get clear is what my marketing is supposed to do for me. What marketing is supposed to do. Get as clear as possible. Get to the nitty-gritty, to that detail. Whether it's I need 10 people to visit my page, or I need 10 calls a week. What is the marketing supposed to do for you? Once you get clear, then you move to step 2. Brainstorm content ideas that support that plan, with call to actions and everything. If you're posting about cats and foods, and you want to increase traffic to your website, what's the disconnect? The disconnect is that the cats, the food that you're posting is not helping you achieve your goal. But when you brainstorm your content, a content idea that supports your plan, you will see that most of the things that you post today, they don't help you move the needle closer. They don't help you move the bottom line. That's one of the biggest game changers that most people have when they meet with me. When we start going through the list, they start realizing that whatever they were posting before is not helping them. So first of all, first step one, you need to answer what marketing needs to do for you. The second one, you want to sit down, take a couple minutes, 90 minutes tops, and you go down to like, what can I say that will achieve that goal? The third step is one that a lot of people skip, specifically small business owners. Big companies do it all the time. You want to organize those ideas because they have to have some type of logical order, some sense. So we call it a marketing calendar. Whether you decide to post Monday to Friday or Monday through Sunday, you want to organize those ideas. For example, Monday to Friday. If I'm going to post one time a day, for example, I'm going to have 5 topics for this week, 5 topics for next one, and you organize yourself. Once you start seeing that, you can focus your activities to achieve that goal instead of being all over the place. And then at the end of the month complaining that marketing is not working, that I spent $800 on this and $300 on that. You gotta make sure that that is in line. And lastly, the last step is where you're gonna post. So just to give you an example, if we're gonna brainstorm ideas, most people start thinking about a list or how to or a tip. But what about if we stand with what you stand for and what you stand against? That's the number one question I ask my clients. And here's why. Most businesses struggle to differentiate themselves from the competition. 9 times out of 10, they fall back in their credentials, or we have the best customer service, or we've been in the industry for 20 years, but guess what? Nobody cares. Your customers don't care. You know when it was the last time I was asked for my BA, Marketing and Public Relationship, or my MBA, or even my experience. And I've had experience with huge names in the industry. And nobody cares. That's the truth. What you stand for and what you stand against will differentiate yourself from the pack and will help you connect with your true tribe, with the right customer. How do you want people to see you? We are judged, and we judge people, even if you don't want to admit it out loud. How you want to be seen? I'll give you an example. I wanted to be seen as a professional, somebody that has a process and a system. And as soon as I started communicating that, income double, calls double, it was easy as that. You have to communicate and you have to show how you want to see. You got to dress like you want to be seen, and you got to communicate the process that you have. Give you one tiny example with the process. I was doing a lot of video recording, a lot of video productions. One thing that I made a point to doing, by the way, this is a microphone. New one, I'm playing with that today. Tiny microphone. I made a point of saying, that camera has a microphone, but I have an audio backup here just in case. Because if that fails, I don't want to call you and I want to look unprofessional. I made a point to tell my clients that that had an audio backup, and something that simple gave them peace of mind. Angel got me. Something that simple. So how you want to be seen? It's very important that you do things slightly different from everybody else if you want to separate yourself from the crowd. If you keep copying, if you're in the real estate business and you copy all the realtors in your area, you're not going to separate yourself from the crowd. If you think you're the only business in town that sells, let me pick on Winnie, CBDs, and she copies all the CBD people, she's not going to separate herself from the crowd. She will be in constant push and struggle to get herself out of the crowd.
So, do you recommend having, like I have a personal page and a business page, but should I have a third page, which is personal but really business?
So the truth is, it's not a right or wrong answer. I will tell you. Here's what my suggestion. If you look at my personal page, I don't talk anything about politics, sports, and it's intentional. Anything that I share, even in the last months, it's all marketing. That's what I want to communicate. But I do have some downsides of using a personal page that I don't have with a business page. For example, analytics. You want to know when your fans are online. What is your most popular post? What is the timing that you want to post? And that the Facebook page or the business page will give you. The personal page doesn't. So it's not a right or wrong answer. It's your choice, and stick to it and just go for it. But the more places you have, the more places people need to look for you, and the more that you're going to dilute your message. So stick to one, maybe two, and separate the message.
So keep your personal posts private and
I
do
can,
all your business posts there.
now that's another personal goal, and I don't suggest anybody to keep them private because online nothing is private. That's just the fact. That's just the fact of the matter. And even when you say your profile private, people can find it. And maybe you can turn customers away because you're hiding something. It's your choice. It's your choice. But if you're wary about that, then don't friend a lot of people and just direct a lot of people to your business page. That would be my suggestion on that one. Mike.
Angel, is there a way to handle negative comments on one's social media page?
Get rid of them, right?
So my policy is don't get rid of them. Don't. And reply to good and bad comments. That is my policy. That's what I communicated for years. It's many reasons why, but if you're transparent, you have good customer service, and you're doing everything right, you still will have haters. And when you get haters, it's because you're doing something right. It comes with the territory. I had that conversation with my wife 2 nights ago. Anybody that's done business with me, they know that I try to. You're not another number. It doesn't matter if it's the hosting, design, or marketing. You're a person. You're going to become my friend. We're going to develop a relationship. So 9 times out of 10, most of my business clients are in my Facebook page, in my private page, in my personal page. And this gentleman in particular, I said, from now on, you just another client. You got to submit tickets through the help desk, and I just unfriend him. That simple as that. I don't need that drama because it does keep me up at night. I do reply to the comments. I advise you to reply to the comments, good or bad. It doesn't mean that it's not going to keep you up at night because it bugs the heck out of me. It drives me crazy why a person would do this to me when I'm trying to do everything right for them. And sometimes you bend over backwards and it's just their personality. That's just how they are. You can't do nothing about that. You will have those individuals that will you can do nothing about that. Either at that point, you choose to keep engaging or ignoring them. My policy is ignoring them. After you try and try and try, ignore them because they're going to, as long as you keep chipping back and replying, they're going to keep at it. Yes, ma'am.
So social media is that social, and we do that on a personal basis, and we're all individuals, and we handle things differently. But when you're doing it on a professional level, we take pride in being professional and dealing with things, even though we're being attacked personally sometimes. So my question is it, I believe answer honestly to who you are, because you can only show a certain person for so long. But is it wrong and does it ruin your business when you are being who you are in response?
Absolutely not. Actually, I think it brings more business. And that's a problem that I see, or a challenge. I don't want to say problem, a challenge for most business owners. You start typing and you put your business hat on and you want to sound too polished, too professional in a way that you typically are not in person. And I tend to kind of, every time I have a joke with a client and I say it, I'm like, that's exactly what you need to post online. I had a meeting with the church the other day and Pastor Joe was like, and I'm like, that's exactly what you post online. And they all look at me and like, I can't. This is your personality. People connect in person with you for a reason. You will attract the right people if you are yourself. But a lot of people struggle with authenticity. Just let it go. It's not the end of the world. Yes, ma'am.
You were saying put food and kids on?
So here's what. Let me backtrack. I'm gonna end with your question, and we're gonna bring Megan to the front. Do you see business friends post that don't own a restaurant posting about cats, dogs, food, their kids, traveling vacations? On Facebook? I see it all the time.
Okay.
I see it all the time. She's not. What is your business?
Public adjusting.
Public adjusting.
Mhm.
Can you give me a little bit more background of that?
Sure. When you have a property claim and your insurance company is not paying you what you think you deserve, we're licensed to come in and get you the money and make you whole again.
So if you post your nice food, I ate a lobster, for example, how that helps you bring another client. But you see it all the time. You see it all the time. You have to make a conscious decision and post. What is it that you want? What is the people you want to attract? You want to attract food lovers, or you want to attract people that helps your business?
Even on a personal page.
People will connect with you first, and then will get to know you, and then they will do business with you. So you want to make that. It's your call. If you want to separate them because you're in this page, you're serious, and this page you are a joker, then it's a disconnect in how you're communicating yourself, and in between you're gonna lose a lot of people.
It's like part of who I am is a business partner with my husband and happily married and a grandmother. You know what I mean? So
I get it.
I kind of use that as.
I get it. But what is that you want your marketing to do?
Everybody in this room, everybody that owns a property.
Okay. So if you can connect with people through food, and that's how you're gonna do it, keep doing it. But if you keep posting about food or pets or traveling vacation, and that's not gonna help you bring a client, your marketing will be an expense.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And one quick
Yes,
question
sir.
back, reference the authenticity, being yourself. Is there such a thing as maybe doing that too much to the point where you're allowing the customer base too much involved in your personal life? I mean, we have, at this point, we're coming up on a year, and we have people bringing us gifts and, joining our private Facebook stuff and commenting on our family photos and stuff. Is there a point where that becomes too much and we need to create a separation between us and the customer?
So what I mean about what you stand for and what you stand against, once you answer that question, that will let you know how much. I'll give you an example. I want to give you an example. I met this gentleman, business leader. He wanted to be positioned as a business leader, but he's also a Christian. When he made the decision to include his faith in what he communicated, his audience doubled.
Yeah.
So as long as you are true to yourself, and this is who I am, and I love food. I love food, but I stop posting about food. I enjoy a good whiskey, scotch, and from time to time, like tonight, I will celebrate with one, and I will post that, and some people might be jealous because I got a 30-year-old bottle. But that's one of the perks. But I'm very selective to what I do and how I say it. And I'm going to end with this note. I wasn't planning to include it, but whoever gets the 36th question, I'm going to include another quiz that I give my clients and how to answer your post. So it's a quiz, a 5-question quiz before you hit publish. Because most people is about themselves, most business owners. And they forget that it's not about themselves. The customer is thinking, what's in it for me? So if you put the customer front and center, and it's always about the customer, then you also solve part of your problem on your communication. Let me tell you guys, and those work when you focus. I had a 9-year plan when I moved to Hernando County. Everybody that talks to me, they know that I had a 9-year plan. My youngest kid is 9, and my plan was that after 9 years, I was going to start traveling with my wife. We could have an RV, we were going to start traveling. That 9-year plan, just like Pat mentioned, I have to say thank you, Pat, because she's instrumental. If you are not involved in the chamber, you should, and get involved. That 9-year plan turned into 1 year. Everything I want to achieve in 9 years, I had it in 1 year. And I just renewed last week, I renewed my chamber membership. If you focus and you hone your message, you will accelerate your results. Marketing will work no matter what. You keep shipping, even if it's uncoordinated efforts, but you will delay your results. So if you keep at it, it will happen. It's just how fast it will happen.